I told you, the partings in the back probably aren't the best. Anyways. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It is so great to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel and watching me. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do some easy beach curls. I have gotten asked to make this video by a few people, so today is that day that I will be showing you how to get those beachy waves, and it's very easy and very simple. First thing is I'm going to give a shout out to my brother for making that awesome video intro. You can go check out his social media linked down below. Don't forget to go check out my Instagram, and that is Hair Makeup by Padilla, same way it is spelled here and on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to also go check out my last video. That link is right up here. And don't forget to go check out my other videos. And always go comment, like, subscribe, all of that down below. And while you're there, don't forget to turn on those notifications just by hitting that little bell down there. And you might as well subscribe while you're down there, because, you know, why not? And the last thing I'm going to be talking about before we jump into this video is make sure you go check out my Etsy shop. I will have that link down below as well. This is a coaster that I made. I also make ashtrays, and I'm going to start be making some other things, so make sure you stay updated. Make sure you're following my Instagram to be updated about all those fun resin works. And my page, my Etsy shop is Resin Works by Padilla, so definitely go check that out. And again, I will have that linked down below. So let's just jump right into this video. The first thing is I'm going to be using this Hairstylist Pro. So this is a professional curling iron. I believe they sell this one at Ulta. This is just a 1-inch barrel. That's what I typically like to use. Anything too small just gets a little too curly for beachy waves or simple curls, and anything bigger doesn't hold the curls quite as well. And I'm going to be using it at 355 Fahrenheit. I like this curling iron. It is a wand, so it doesn't have a clamp. I usually always use a wand on my clients. So, of course, I'm going to be using a wand on myself because I feel like, personally, that's the easiest. If you guys would like, I could also do a video on how to use, like, a flat iron to curl your hair. But today, I'm going to be go ahead and using this Hairstylist Pro 1-inch wand. Also, just because you're using more heat doesn't make it better. Only use more heat if you have thicker hair. I have like medium to fine hair. I have a lot of it, but it's more on the fine side of it. So the first thing I always do is I decide where I want to part my hair. When I curl my hair, I typically like to part down the middle. I just like the way the curls look when I decide to part down the middle and curl my hair. So that's going to be the first thing I do, is part down the middle. And then I'm going to brush it out real quick, just make sure there are no tangles in there. I personally like the wet brushes to brush out my hair, and this one is specifically made for when your hair is dry. You can also get a wet brush that is made for your hair when it is wet. So just because it's a wet brush doesn't mean you should use all of them on wet hair. So after I get it parted down the middle, or parted wherever you choose to have it parted, I then like to separate the fronts. So I go just right behind my ear, and this will be all my front pieces that I will curl. And then I'll take a clippy, if you don't have one, like a hair tie or something, just to get this out of the way so you're not catching it when you go to curl the back. So I section off both front sides. So like I said, I will go just right down behind the ear, and I will curl that first. Well, I won't curl that first. So I will part that off first, the front sections. Clippy that off. Now I look like I'm 5 years old and have 2 braids. The next thing I like to do is I will take about a 1-inch section in the back, starting from the bottom and going all the way across vertically. And then I will clippy up the rest of this. Since this is more hair, I typically like to use a little bit bigger of a clip. Otherwise, these smaller clips I'll use for the front. Okay, I'm gonna spin around so you can see the back of it. Like I said, I usually just try to stick around a 1-inch parting going vertically. So I'm gonna spin around so you can see that. Okay, so now that I have that parted off, what I like to do is separate this in 2 sections vertically. Or no, I don't know, like horizontally. Okay, I make a 1-inch parting going horizontally, and it's about 1 inch thick vertically. So I'm gonna, obviously it doesn't have to be perfect, but like estimated, or if you're doing it on someone else, I try to stick around 1 inch. So then I will part that down the middle vertically. And what I do is I try to stick with also 1-inch sections going vertically all the way across. So I'm gonna take about 1 inch of a section. And normally I like to use working spray, but I'm all out. So today I'm gonna be using one of the Garbo's sprays. And this is good for reactivating curls or like second day hair. So I'm gonna spray that on every strand, and I'm just gonna do like 2 squirts. And like I said, normally I like to use see, I told you the partings in the back probably aren't the best. Anyways, normally I like to use the Aquage working spray, but I am out of that. So then we're gonna go ahead, and I like to take about 1 inch section, and I will put my curling iron like this, so the tip of it is going downwards and my arm is kind of lifting up, and I'm going like this. And I'm gonna take this, and for these curls I'm gonna be going this way first. So for this whole row I'm gonna be going this way, and I try to get as close to my scalp as possible without actually like touching my scalp. I'll hold this for about 10-15 seconds, and then I just release it. And don't pull down, don't unwind it, just literally let the curl go loose and kind of wiggle your wand out. So then you can see this first curl. So there's that first beautiful curl. And so I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna place my hair strand on this side, or the wand on this side of the hair, and wrap it up. And we'll hold it again for about 10-15 seconds. You don't have to hold it there that long. Worst comes to worst, you just recurl it. So then again, you let go of the curl and just wiggle the wand out. And you have another curl there. So then for this side, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. So I split this in 2. I already sprayed on this side, so then I'm gonna take this curl, I'm gonna go on this side of the hair and curl it that way. If it makes you more comfortable, you can wear a glove on this hand, but I personally just don't ever do that. And once you start getting better at this, you won't feel like it's as scary to curl your hair with the wand. I personally feel like I can grab the hair better without using a glove, and that's why I don't use one. The glove is just too chunky and I can't feel my hair all like I want to. So there we go, we release the curls. Now, I'm not gonna use hairspray yet. I'm going to take another section. So I'm going to take some of this hair out, and I'm going to take another inch, about an inch section, you know. Obviously I can't tell if it's exactly an inch. So I took about another inch section all the way across my head, and I'm going to split that in half. And then I will spray this section again and spray this side. And then I'm going to take an inch section, but this time, instead of going behind the hair, I'm going to go in front of the hair. That way the curl is going the opposite direction of that last row. And I'm going to do that for all the curls in this row, and that'll give you that perfect beachy wave when we're all done. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of an inch section. I'm not going behind the hair this time. I'm going to go in front of the hair with the wand this time, and I will curl it that way. And then release. And now you can see that I have curls going both direction. So you can see these curls are going this way, and this curl is going the other way. So you can see that here. So you can see where this curl is going this way and this curl is going this way. So you're going to do that all through the back of the head. I'm going to move my camera back over here so you can see the back, and that's what you're going to just do all the way up the head. And now I'm going to actually, before I switch you to the back, I'm going to spray these curls, and I would do that on the other side as well. So let me go ahead and do this side real quick, and then I will move you to the back. Just taking like 1-inch sections. You don't want to take too big, otherwise the hair is not going to curl. And if you're feeling like you have to turn your heat up higher on your curling iron, try taking smaller sections. You would rather take smaller sections than add more heat, which is going to cause more damage to your hair. So always double check that your sections aren't too big before you turn up the heat on your curling iron. And I will put also my suggestions of some cheaper curling irons, because I know not everyone can afford a professional one. So I really like the bedhead ones. Those ones are nice. With hairspray, don't use anything. If you want a more like natural everyday look, don't use something with a lot of hold. So this one's a medium hold, so it's still brushable, but it's still gonna hold it. And this is one of the Moroccan oil ones. I really like this one. The other one is from our Garbo's line. I really like their hairspray as well, but this is what I have at home, so this is what I'll be using. And this is, again, a medium hold. I would try to stay away from something with a heavy hold, because then it's going to be harder for you to brush through, and it's also going to be harder for you to get that more natural look. The other thing is, don't spray every section if you're going for that more natural beachy look, because it's going to get too stiff. You don't need to do it every single section or every single curl. Just spray every like 2 sections. So I did that first section and then that second section, and now I'm going to spray those curls down. And you don't need a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you to the back so you can see me work my way up. Did all the back as you guys saw in that last clip. So now we're gonna start working towards the fronts. So these two sections go by pretty quickly. So same thing with the back, is you're gonna take about a 1-inch section across, and then I clipped this stuff up, and then we're gonna spray first with like a working spray or something that has just a little bit of hold. So this section is small enough to where I think I can just do one curl with it, but when it comes to your face, you always want to go back and not forward. So I'm gonna go behind the curl this time, and I'm gonna curl all of these in this section towards or away from my face and not towards my face. And then I'm gonna do the next section. So I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna split about 1 inch up, pin this up, and then we'll spray. And with some people, the front sections start to get wider the more you go up. My hair is pretty thin in the front just because of breakage, and I used to do like pretty heavy face framing. So my fronts are definitely not as long and as thick as I would like them to be, sadly. So then we're gonna split this again. Actually, this section is not quite so thick, so I'm just gonna take this full last section, but I'm gonna split it in two this time when I spray, or when I curl these. So this section, and for these front pieces, I really like to try to get as close to the scalp as possible, and I always do it away from my face in the front sections. Otherwise, it's gonna look like you're engulfed in curls. And notice I didn't spray anything on that section, and I also have not brushed out the back of my curls. So do not brush out your curls until you are completely done curling your hair. Do not brush out the curls. Let them cool down. So now I'm gonna spray this section. So I didn't spray it every single section or every other section like I did in the back. I'm just spraying this one section now. So we'll go over here on this side, and we'll take a 1-inch section, curl or put this up. We'll spray. Then we will take one section here because I don't feel like this curls too much. Same thing, place it behind the hair and curl away from your face. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking or the garage door opening. My mother's coming home, and Skipper is barking as loud as he humanly possibly can. Well, doggy possibly as he can. What? I don't know what you would say for when a dog is being as loud as a dog can be. Maybe barking as loud as possible, or I don't know, because you say like you're being like as loud as humanly possible or whatever. Like you use that phrase, but what do you say when a dog is being as loud as possible? What do you say then? So now I have completely curled my hair. We're gonna spray. And then I always like to just spray the whole back one more time. So now we're gonna get to brushing out these beautiful curls. If you have somewhere to be, try not to, and like it's like hours from now, try not to brush them out too much. I would let them sit until you're about to leave. But if you're like going to work in like 10 minutes, go ahead and brush them out. So I'm using a comb like this. You can get these at like Walmart, Target, anywhere pretty much. I personally usually like to have one that's about 1 inch thick between each prong, but I don't have that at home, so I'm just gonna be using this. And I start from the top and I just kind of pick them out. I'm not gonna go on and full like brush them. I'm just gonna like kind of pull them where I feel like need to be pulled apart. And you don't want to pull them too much because then they're just not going to hold as long as you would like. especially if you want to wear them like for a second day. Try not to pull them out too much. And then I will put it all behind my head. I will kind of tilt to the side and make sure they get all piecey together and it doesn't look separated from how you were curling your hair. And then the very last step. Hairspray one more time, baby girl. Remember not to use too much if you want this to be a more natural, flowy, beachy type of wave. You don't need to go crazy with the hairspray. Then you can mess it up or however you choose to wear your curls, if you want to put like a little half up type of thing. But here you go. Easy enough. Spin around. And that is how you do some simple beachy waves or simple curls. I know a lot of people asked for this video, or several people asked for this video, so I wanted to go ahead and deliver it to you. I know it's not makeup related, but it is hair related, and I am a hairstylist, so you know, you might as well just throw that all into the mix, you know, throw some curly curls. Thank you so much for watching this video and always coming back and always watching more. Always be grateful for the small things. Today I am grateful that I remembered to take my meds because I've been doing really bad at taking my meds. And so I'm thankful that I even remembered to do that. Something very simple, but I did. I remembered to take my meds today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look and how to create it, and I hope you guys can do it as well. If you have any questions, please comment below those questions, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much. Have a happy new year.